Albert Einstein says imagination is greater than knowledge. This means where knowledge will take you to, imagination will take you further. But you see, imagination would always thrive on the amount of knowledge you already have. If you have no knowledge, your imagination will be limited. Now, when you've acquired knowledge, fantastic. Now, how do we take that knowledge to the next level? We start to imagine. We start to use our creative power to see ourselves on the other side. Now, what's the other side for you? Probably where you are right now, your target is, you're supposed to be on 100%, but right now you're on 20%. The other side for you should be 101% or 110%. That's the other side for you. From where you are, you need to start to see yourself on the other side. The late Stephen Covey always says, begin with the end in mind. If you begin with the end in mind, you will discover that you will take the right action from where you are that will lead you to that final destination. Intention would always determine your outcomes. Formula One racers, they discovered that when you're riding your high-speed car in a Formula One race, if for any reason you're about to have an accident, your car starts to spin, they would always instruct, never look at the wall. Because if you face your head towards the wall, what happens is your car would spin towards the wall. However, no matter how fast your car spins, if you take your eyes on the goal, you will discover that your car would somehow move from the wall back to the road. So in the same way in life, with our imagination, we would always ensure that no matter what happens in between, you would always stare back towards the course of where your thoughts have been focused on. Now, I experienced this many years ago when we used to have, every morning in the sales team, we had morning reviews. And during these morning reviews, we were told to discuss the deals we had closed the day before. It was always very tough. We had strict bosses, and sometimes Sunday evening you would dread going to work on Monday for those meetings. But I had learned about this skill of imagining, taking time to see yourself on the other side. And over the weekend, I spent time seeing myself going through those meetings seamlessly, stressless. And you know what happened? During the meeting, by the time the boss was asking everyone, what did you do last week? What did you do last week? And everybody was saying what they did or what they didn't do, and were being reprimanded seriously in those meetings. When it was my turn, guess what? My boss stepped out of the office and said, please, someone should take over the meeting. I'll get back shortly. It's so funny because the person who took over the meeting, when I gave my reports, which wasn't good enough, she just said, okay, Iyore, no problem. Ensure you do better next week. Immediately after my presentation, the boss came back in, and the bashing, the reprimanding started all over again. But the point is, I was able to use my thoughts to influence the circumstances around me. Many other scenarios over time, I've been able to use my thoughts to handle sales conversations, to ensure that I'm able to influence the prospects effectively. So even if it's going for a meeting, before you go for the meeting, spend time seeing that meeting turn out well. Spend time seeing the clients deciding to buy your product or service. Spend time seeing the clients deciding to sign up for whatever you're trying to offer them. It's said that there are only two kinds of people, in sports and in executive management. People who use their thoughts to produce results and people who don't. So I would encourage you, in the boardroom, people use their thoughts to influence decisions. On the pitch, in sports, people use their thoughts to influence the process. So use your thoughts today and get clients to respond to you in a better way.